Hello flight catchers and welcome to a new video of our Singapore series. Today we're staying at the wonderful Park Regis by Prince Hotel. So let's get the tour started.
Right in the heart of Singapore, steps away from Clarke, Chinatown and the MRT. This is the Park Regis by Prince. I actually stayed here about 10 years ago before it was rebranded to by Prince. So this time around I really wanted to see what changed. We spent 2 nights over here this time. Let's get right into it. Let's go right up to the 3rd floor, because check-in happens at level 3, so keep that in mind when you arrive with your luggage. The moment you walk in, it's got a luxurious look to it. The lobby has a completely different feel from what I remember 10 years ago. Warm earthy tones and the natural wood elements. It's like a premium finish that you'd expect from the Cebu Prince Hotel's branding now attached to it. The staff were really friendly and helpful at the check-in. They sorted us out with an early check-in with no issues. Honestly, that's exactly how I remembered it from 10 years ago too. The staff here was just as friendly and accommodating back then, including an early check-in that time as well. So say what you want about the rebrand, but the hospitality side has always clearly stayed consistent. Now let's get into the rooms, because this is usually what people care about the most. And this time we actually had booked 2 different rooms to compare them with each other. The first room had a double bed and faced towards the pool. The second one had 2 separate beds and looked out the other direction. So with both of these rooms we got a pretty good feel for both layouts the hotel offers. Room size wise, I'll be upfront, they're on the smaller side. This isn't a hotel where you get a huge amount of floor space, like you get that nowhere in Singapore, but even with that, you still feel nice, not cramped in a way that bothered us. A few details really stood out. There's a small water tap thing built into the room, a little filtered water dispenser, plus a proper rain shower in the bathroom, which felt like a nice touch for this price range. One of my favorite features honestly was the little couch laydown area right in front of the window. It's a simple thing, but after a long day walking around Singapore, having a spot to just lay back, look out the view and relax made a really big difference. There's also a small work desk in the room, so if you need to get anything done during your trip, you're covered there too. Overall, the rooms felt luxurious for what you're paying and honestly really similar to how I remembered it from 10 years ago, just noticeably more modern now. Same general layout and feel, just refreshed. Let's get to the amenities. They have a pool area, a genuinely nice spot to cool off, especially with how hot and humid Singapore gets. If you get one of the rooms facing that direction, like our double bedroom, you will get a great view down onto it. The gym here also deserves a mention. Honestly, it had everything I needed for my workout. It didn't feel like a typical cramped hotel gym at all. It was properly equipped. If you like to keep your routine going while traveling, this is one of the better hotel gyms I've used in Singapore. There's also a self-service laundry, which is generally useful if you're on a longer trip or just don't want to overpack. Of course, they also have Wi-Fi throughout the hotel. It was solid, stable the whole stay. I can't complain. If you paid extra for your breakfast, it's served on Cafe 23 on the ground floor and it's a buffet-style spread. A mix of local and international dishes. They got pastries, they got cold cuts, eggs cooked in different ways and local options like hor fun. It's a solid spread for a hotel in this price range, though if you're vegetarian or have special dietary needs, the variety narrows a bit. So just make sure to plan accordingly if that applies to you. So stepping back for a second, since I stayed here about 10 years ago under the old branding, here's the honest summary. The location hasn't changed and honestly, a lot of the core experience hasn't either. Friendly staff, early check-in, the same general room layout. What changed is the polish. Everything just looks and feels more modern and more luxurious now, without losing what made it good, comfortable stay a decade ago. If you stayed here years ago and wrote it off, it's genuinely worth reconsidering. So after 2 nights across 2 different rooms, was the Park Regis worth the money? For the price point, I'd say absolutely. Yes, the rooms are on the smaller side, but between the rain shower, a water tap, couch and all the amenities, honestly one of the better hotel gyms I've used. It punches well above for what you're paying. It's a good budget-friendly stay without feeling budget. If you're after a quiet, sprawling, resort-style retreat, this isn't that. But if you want to be right in the middle of Clarke, have the energy of Singapore with a comfortable, modern, well-run hotel to come back to at the end of your day, this is a strong pick. That's my honest take on Park Regis by Prince Singapore now, after the rebranding. Let me know in the comments if you stayed here before or if you're planning to stay here. I'm curious whether your experience matched mine. And if this helped you out, subscribe for more Singapore and Asia hotels. See you in the next one. Peace!